black people. It's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody move.
We are in a state of emergency. Prejudice. Wrote a song about it? Like to hear it? Here it goes. Free your mind.
To boldly go where no man has gone before, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission, to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Black people, it's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody.
We are in a state of emergency. Prejudice. Wrote a song about it? Like to hear it? Here it goes. Free your mind.
becomes the first of the divas to offer the world her singular sound. And she does just that on Southern Gal.
Gomane. Assemble the people, Gomane. We will not be defeated by witch doctors' illusions.
Anyway, I'm done. So, don't expect me to be on YouTube all the time, and because but none of you are helping me out. I have to go to work every day. I have to go to work, to make money, and none of y'all are dropping me $5 or nothing in my Cash App or nothing. So don't expect me to come on here making videos all the time, because that's not going to happen. like I said, it takes a lot of energy to come on here and talk and make videos and put together, presentations, and all of that take time and energy. I mean, don't expect me to come on here talking and carrying on.
I ordered this book, God is on Trial. I ordered this book from Amazon, and I must say I've read it. It's very well written, very thought-provoking.
Peace, prayer, and knowledge. I'm Soul Sister J. I'm Soul Sister D. And I just wanted to say thank you for all the people who helped to the medical fundraiser for my uncle Taalik. And it has meant so much to us that you would help, because without you guys, his life would not be possible and we would not be with him today right now. And I just wanted to say, for all of you that helped and that donated, I would really like to give a big thanks. And I hope that I can meet you one day and say thank you in person. I love you guys, and okay.
This message. Hey, my brother, I had to call you and thank you personally again. I cannot describe to you how happy I was to meet you in person finally. That was just amazing.
America has a very serious problem. Not only does America have a very serious problem, but our people have a very serious problem. America's problem is self-destruction. Yeah, for self-destruction. Self-destruction. Yeah, for self-destruction. Self-destruction. Yeah, for self-destruction. Self-destruction. Yeah, for self-destruction.
Well, today's topic, self-destruction. It really ain't the rap audience is bugging. It's one or two suckers, ignorant brothers, trying to rob and steal from one another. You get caught in the mid. So to crush that stereotype, here's what we did. We got ourselves together so that you could unite and fight for what's right. Not negative cause. The way we live is positive. We don't kill our relatives.
Pop, 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 when it's shot, who's the blame? Headline, front page, and rap's the name. MC tonight here to state the bottom line. The black on black crime was way before our time.
Took a brother's life with a knife as his wife cried, cause he died of trifling death when he left his very last breath. Was I slept, so watch your step. Back in the 60s, our brothers and sisters were hanged. How could you gangbang? I never ever ran from the Ku Klux Klan, and I shouldn't have to run from a black man, cause that's
self-destruction. Yeah, it was self-destruction. Self-destruction. Yeah, it was self-destruction. Self-destruction. Yeah, it was self-destruction. Self-destruction.
Funky fresh dressed to impress, ready to party. Money in your pocket, dying to move your body. To get inside, you pay the whole $10. Scotch tape with a razor blade, tape to your collar. Leave the guns in the crack and the knives alone. MC lights on the microphone, bum rushing and pushing, snatching and taxing. I can't understand why brothers don't be maxing. There's only one disco, they'll close one more. You ain't guarding the door.
Look.
on. Hard fresh since I was born. I don't eat no beef like the cow with the horn. Different colors on my nails when I get bored. My skin caramel and my DJ is orange. You see, I used to be 11, 9, 12 like noon. I chip way better than you was, but I tell my spoon. I'm fresh, and y'all are doomed. I'm a rising star. I fell from the moon. I love hot fries, girdles, and some juicy juice. Juicy fruit, I might drip it on my Louis suit. Got the Louis blues, I can get into that Gucci news. Boogaloo, that's funny like Gucci Coo. But took with Elmo, not me, cause I can't be touched. I put my lip gloss on and touch my edges up. We play ding dong ditch and then we hit the bus. Beat the bully up and let the kids stick with us. Youngest black girl summer, they won't post me though. From coast to coast, everybody posts to know that the lay layer girl got the throat is slow. You supposed to stand up, not fall for the okie doke. Do the hokey pokey, and I turn myself around. Lift the roof on fire, then I brush it to the ground. Let me smell a real bit, then I turn it to a frown. H-Town got everybody trying to learn the sound. Rather than my science, and I hit the road, yeah. Daddy was to play like the pick and roll, yeah. You just wanna nap, you getting old, yeah. Working out ain't why my pockets full, yeah. Hit stop and roll, then I got to go. Shouldn't eat all of them sweets, now I got to go. You real ass shit, and I got the glow. Vegetarian, I ain't gotta write it up below. They come out that AC, month or June. When you ride forward, you don't get your cartoon. Play lay when you listen to your cartoon. I'm animated, but I am not a cartoon. I'm a sweet little angel, cutie platoon. Real dancer, I don't just shake booty. You don't wash your hands up, you got the cooties. Chico gon' win the game, please just do me. Chico.
At our Hollywood party, the absolutely incredible In Vogue.
Bridges, wrote a song about it. Like to hear it? Here it go. Free your mind. Funky
first mistake was I wanted too much time. I had to have them morning, noon, and night. If I would have known then the things that I know now, I might not have lost the time I complain about. Don't waste your time fighting blind. Thoughts of despair. Hold on to your love. You got to hold on. Hold on to your love. Baby, hold on. Hold on to your love. You got to hold on. Yeah, to your love. The art of playing games now is not the heart you break. It's about the love you make when it's heart's on fire. In love every day. Remember, he needs space. Be patient and do give his heart to you. Don't waste your time fighting blind. Right thoughts of despair. Hold on to your love. You got to hold on. Hold on to your love. You got love. Yeah, to your love. Baby, hold on. To your love. Trust and honesty too must be the golden rule. You feel the strength of passion in your soul. So deeply within, the magic that you share. So sacrifice and show how much you care. Don't waste your time fighting thoughts of despair. Hold on to your love. You got to hold on. Hold on. Don't let go. You gotta keep the time. Hold on. And hang on tight. And don't let go. Hold on to your love. But don't let go. No, to your love. No, you better not let go. Hold on to your love. Oh, you wanna keep on holding on. Hold on to your love. Hold on to your love, yeah. Hold on. You got to hold on. Yeah. Hold on. Better hold on. Hold on. You. Hold on. You. Hold on. Yeah. Hold on.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Coming right up at our Hollywood party, Noah Cyrus, Brandy, and 24K Golden.
I keep it real.
What, dear?
Because I keeps it real like that. I keeps it real.
In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of what I call the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper, the host of this program, known here on social media, wherever you may find me. I am known as the mighty Angel Snub 7. I am your soul brother, number one. I did schedule this talk for 7:30, and I'm early. So I decided to play a very short Invoke concert to let some of the time go by. I hope that some of you enjoyed the concert, and I hope that due to copyright violation, I hope that the video is not flagged for copyright violation. It's a scary thing when you allow copyrighted material to be on your video, because it can be flagged for copyright violation. So far, when I'm dealing with my ladies of Invo, I really don't have a lot of problems unless it's material that they perform that was produced by somebody outside of their usual camp. And those people, ruthless. You can't put the video down for 1 second. Copyright violation. YouTube and Facebook has some type of system that can detect copyright violation. Oh, wow. So I hope I don't have to do this talk again because of copyright violation. Also, we are simulcast on Facebook. So maybe if I do get copyright violation on YouTube, it might not happen on Facebook. If it happens on Facebook, it won't happen on YouTube. And if it's cool on YouTube and it's flagged on Facebook, the only thing I'll do is go and revise the video so I can put it on YouTube or Facebook, vice versa, however it goes. So I want to give a salute to my Facebook family. I always forget, I bring so much attention to YouTube, but it's Facebook and YouTube that keeps me rolling here. Thank you so much. I don't want to keep you long. Let's get down, as they say, to the old nitty-gritty. First of all, how dare you? This is what they say, or what they could say. How dare you? You open up your lecture, video, talk, whatever you want to call it, Negro. Talk about peace to the ancestors or whatever, some ancestors. And here you are with a video with a title talking about Black History Month is bull doo-doo. How can you guys listen to this cat, this dude? That's their favorite word. This dude. How can you listen to him? Black History Month is bull doo-doo? Really? And you begin your lecture, whatever you want to call it, honor to the ancestors. How dare you? I told you that guy's a hypocrite. That's why I don't listen to him. Yeah, that dude is a hypocrite. I love it. I love it. So we want to make something perfectly clear. We want to make something perfectly clear. Of course, I would never disrespect those who came before me, because if it was not for those who came before me, I would not be talking to us right now. At the same time, the reality is I didn't ask to be here. I didn't ask to be here. So, you know, it's a thin line here, because I didn't ask to be here. I didn't ask to be part of this stuff. But I will still give honor and praise and respect to those who came before me, regardless to that, to my personal feelings. I want to continue to say there's a reasoning, like they said, there's a method behind the madness, and we're gonna talk about that. We are having a little bit of technical difficulties. I don't really know why, but we are. But it seems as though it's good enough to get the job done. And so we're gonna just keep rolling. I don't know. It's a technical thing. It don't happen all the time, but we're gonna roll. It's good enough, and we're gonna roll. Black History Month is bull doo-doo, not because of the ancestors. They done, matter of fact, without them, there would be no Black history. Oh, without them, there would be no Black history. So something they done that made history in order for us to celebrate or acknowledge a Black History Month. It is not them. They done what they had to do, and most of them are gone. When we talk about Black history, we always think about people that are gone, deceased. We have people that was part of the history that we talk about that's living today. And you don't give them any props. You don't talk about them. Some of our people are in nursing homes. Some of them are in prisons. Many of them had something to do with the history that you talk about, that you celebrate Black History Month, and you celebrate, but you don't care nothing about the living history. Those in nursing homes, those in jails and prisons, some of our political prisoners right now in jail, in prison, in nursing homes. So when I say that Black History Month is bull doo-doo, I'm not even talking about the ancestors. I'm talking about us who are living, who make this claim, or you pretend like you care or have a concern for Black history. One thing for sure, you do not care anything about those who made history who are alive. So all over YouTube is all about those who are gone. Dr. Ben is gone. Dr. Clark is gone. Francis Cress Wilson is gone. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad is gone. Malcolm is gone. Marcus Garvey is gone. We become worshipers of dead folks. And we make no history. They made history. When you celebrate Black history, don't you think it would be nice if you were celebrating Black history, but you were celebrating the history because you're making history yourself, but you're not. So you must celebrate what somebody else done in the past, because there's nothing that you can say with your hands of significance that you're doing in order to make history, so that as time goes on, the future generations can include you. You're not going to be included in history because you have no works of significance. You've done nothing except the usual. They will say, oh, Black Lives Matter, they marched a little bit and they got Joe Biden elected or whatever. That little tiddlywink, tattletale, slinky-dink stuff that don't mean nothing. So Black History Month is bull doo-doo, not because of the man that started it all or our ancestors. It's us. We are the ones that make it bull doo-doo, because we take things for granted and we really don't give a damn. There would be no Black History Month if it was not approved by, as Tariq Nasheed always say, the dominant society. There would be no Black History Month. We always got to sit back in the cut and ask the white folks, is it all right? Like we children. Why do we want to have celebrate our history? And the white man is like a parent. I think about it. Because you have no power. And nobody respects you. That's why. If you want Black History Year, then you should take it. You shouldn't have to ask nobody nothing. Just have Black History Year. Why do you have to ask them? The government. I don't care whether the federal government recognizes the holiday or not. We as a people, when we said this is what we're going to do, that's what we do. Just like in religion, the Orthodox Jews, I think they shut it down on Friday. And that's what they do. They don't care who you are, whatever. We shut it down. That's how we do. That's how we roll. And they stick together on it. That's their faith. That's how they go. That's how they roll. If we wanted Black history, whatever, we should do it. Why you got to ask white people, can you celebrate your history? I don't give a damn if they don't advertise it on CNN and Channel 5 and Channel 8 or whatever, their media. Who gives a damn? As long as we recognize this is what we do. February will be Black History Month. Because that's how we roll. That's what we're going to do. But they don't have no respect for you. Well, if you don't, it's not like you're not going to work or anything. That's just what we do. And even if it meant, well, you know, on certain days, you know, on this certain day, that's our holiday. We just don't go to work. That's our holiday. And if the white folks or the Africans or the Chinese, whoever's around, when you tell them that, they respect it. Say, hey, you know, so-and-so is an African-American. This is their holiday. Don't expect him or her to come to work. They have no respect for you. So they would tell you, well, if you don't come to work, you're going to get docked, or you might get terminated, you might get fired, because they have no respect for us. Now, you do know there was talk earlier in the decade, 2 or 3 years ago, whatever, and I'm pretty sure it's going on. And I believe it was the state of Texas and some other states was involved, talking about writing Black history out, take it out of the public school system. It's no longer needed. This is American history. Why should we just concentrate on African Americaners? So they want to write you out of history anyway. And if they did, you really wouldn't care, because we really don't give a damn about the history. Not for real. We do it because the white man recognized. Because Black history is every day. That's why Black History Month is bull doo-doo, because we got people involved that shouldn't be a part of the equation. They have nothing to do with this. Is our thing. This is what we do. Gotta ask them. Will this make them upset? Is you sure we can do this? It won't bother you with it. Who gives a damn what they like or don't like? This is how we roll. This is what we do. But you have no power and nobody respects you. So they roll over you and do whatever they want to you. And you allow it because you really have not learned Black history. Because if you learn Black history, then you would not allow them to roll over you the way they have been doing all this time. If you really knew Black history. There was an old saying from the Andy Griffith show, Barney Fife. And Barney Fife always say, you got to nip it in the bud. Before a problem can get started, nip it in the bud. We allow these people to roll over us instead of when they start getting started, you got to nip it in the bud. And the reason why we don't nip it in the bud, because we're scared of them. You scared of them. We scared of them. You holler Black power, hotel, and you talk a good game or whatever, but you actually scared of them. Why don't you just confess? Like in Alcoholics Anonymous. One of the first things you have to do when you go to Drug Anonymous, whatever you want, Narcotics Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous, or whatever it is, the first thing that you have to do, you have to confess that you got a problem, that you are alcoholic, you are a drug addict. Things will be much easier if you just say you scared of them. It will be much easier for you to say, I'm scared of building an independent nation and doing things on my own. You talk all these different things. See, actions speak louder than words. I hear what you say, and you huff, and you puff, and you want to blow the house down, but your actions show that you scared. scared of them. You're scared to do for yourself, or you don't know how. It reminds me of a child that always want to beg the adult. They're not ready to drive a car. I want to drive the car. So the adult say, okay, well, they give you the car. But they're not going to get in the car. They give you the keys, get in the car, go. And you look at the car because you don't know how to drive. And you look at the steering wheel and the accelerator and all these different things. Now you want to get out. I thought you want to drive. You don't know how. And you're scared. But you don't have the patience. The child don't have the patience to wait for the parent, wait till they get of age so they can drive the car. You're not ready. You're not ready to have your own nation. You're not ready to go on your own. Because you're scary. You are afraid. When these Caucasian people came to this country, they had to look at all that water. There was no airplanes. They had to get on a boat. And all that water, no land. You could not be scared. What we said in the last talk we had, you can't be scared. Those people got on that boat and they took a chance. We are too scary. We want to play it safe. That's why you don't have nothing. That's why you can't progress, because you want to try to play it safe. You don't want to lose nothing. Well, I want to rebel. I want to be a revolutionary. I want to fight the white man. I want my own nation. But you don't want to give up your car. You don't want to give up your house. You don't want to give up that good job that you got. You don't want to sleep on a mud floor. What if liberation, what if your freedom meant you have to sleep on a mud floor, live in a mud hut? Would you do it? No. You want liberation, but you want Facebook, YouTube, you want electricity and gas, you want the good life. That's not how it goes. And that's why you see people stay away from me, because I deal with the reality of the situation. You always talk about going back to Africa. I believe it's the Congo. The Congo is one of the largest nations in Africa. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, the Congo has enough land, they could give the so-called Negro, all these go back to Africa people, they have enough land, they could give it to you. There you go. There is no Facebook. There is no YouTube. There is no running water. You got to go and do it all on your own. Are you ready? You want to be liberated? Here you go. Here's a country. See, I really wish one of these African countries would call these back to Africa Negroes, call them on their bluff. Here's the land. There we go. Of course, there's going to be strings attached, but it's all right, because here's your nation that you want to build. Here you go. They're not going to go nowhere. I'm telling you, only a few will try. The majority is scared. They scared. See, they don't come here because I know you're not real. Because if I was real, I would be talking to you from Africa. I'm not going to take 10, 20, 30 years to go back to Africa. If I was a go back to Africa Negro, if I was a go back to Africa, that's a new word, Africa. If I was a go back to Africa Negro, I've been gone a long time ago. I'm not playing around. I'm not joking. I don't care if I have to live in the jungle. and use a bow and arrow to shoot a monkey out the tree or whatever. I'm going back to Africa. I'm going back home. These people are not real. They're not real. And they know that we know on this platform, you're not real. How you gonna get upset with me? Because I know you full of bull doo-doo. Now look. So what is history? History or his story? It's a story that somebody wrote of the past. And history is written in the eyes of the beholder. I can guarantee you the history of World War II, Japan's version of World War II is much different than the American version. I can guarantee you. But it's history. It's in the eyes of the beholder. What if the person that's writing the history is a liar, is a deceiver? You got a problem. Because you have people in 2021, everything they read is right. Everything they read. I done my research. I got the information. What if it's wrong? What if the person that wrote the history, done the research, is wrong? Even if it comes straight from the source. Because the source is a man. And that man is writing the history according to how he views it. You and I can be walking down the street. Myself and the two deacons, Twin and Soul Brother 85, we could, and Earthman, we could be walking down the street and see a car accident. And then the police come and ask us about what did we see. There was only one accident. It's only one way it could have happened. But chances are, I would have my version. Earthman would have his version. Soul Brother 85 would have his version. Twin would have. How you gonna get 4 different versions out of one episode? That's how it is in history. And in history, we must take in consideration most of the time these kings and these governments control the information just like they do now. Nothing has changed. The government, the society, the rulers, when that history is put down on paper, the government, the kings, the rulers, they dictate how that story should be told. The same thing that happens today. Now we see Roots, and we see the ēt terna story and all these different things from the view of white producers. And they're only going to go so far. They're not going to show you the real evil, the real vulgar, they're not going to show you really the hell that our people caught. They're not going to do that. They're going to show you just enough. You might get a little angry, then you cool off. You're not seeing the history is being told from somebody else's eyes. I remember I heard Minister Farrakhan say, if the real story of black people in America was told, it would make a brass monkey cry. That's woo. That's hella. Now, if you notice, I gave Minister Farrakhan credit. I didn't say it. I said Minister Farrakhan said that if the history of black people really was told how it should be, it would make a brass monkey cry. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's stories I didn't even know anything about. Like they use black children. They use black children to attract crocodiles. So they can, skin the crocodiles, get their skin, whatever. They use black children as bait. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know about that. A lot of horrible things these people did. They skinned us and made suits out of our skin and took the teeth out of our mouth so they can make dentures for them, all kinds of stuff. See, that's because history is told. History is in the eye of the beholder. So I know that you love Dr. Ben. I know that you love Dr. John Henry Clark or whatever. But these stories and this history is being told from their viewpoint, and they are influenced by this blackity black power nationalism kind of stuff. So they're going to tell it, they're going to bring the history in a manner that suits their narrative. Unfortunately for historians, they cannot really keep history as pure as it can because they live in government that control media. They control the education. They control the history. They control the sciences. They control all these things. So when people come to me with the information and their research, you don't impress me. One of the most perfect examples of manipulation of history, the manipulation of science, was Adolf Hitler. They took science and they took history to justify white supremacy. And it was real. They went out and actually went to places and they had science. They had history to back up what they was talking about. You say you believe in science and you believe in history. Well, Adolf Hitler and the boys and these other Peckerwoods, they use science and history and tell you that you have a low IQ and you are inferior. And there are those who get angry at me because I reject this science of DNA crap or whatever it is. Well, since you believe in science, science is science. And science says that you have a low IQ. Science says that you are inferior. Why don't you embrace that science? Oh, they racist. The science that you embrace is developed and manipulated. You don't know what their intent is. We have to be careful of everything in this life. Nobody can be trusted no more. People are out for money. People are out for people to follow them and be a slave, all kinds of things. History is vanity. You keep up with your history. Like, who cares what you did in the past? In nature, you live and you die, and that's it. There is no elephant history, no bee history, You just live and you die. History is man's vanity because you don't want to die. I'm going to write what I've done on paper so I will always be remembered. You're looking for some kind of immortality. That's what a lot of history is about. But the main purpose of history, not for your vanity, the main purpose of history is so that you can see what others done prior to you, so that that information can help you progress and survive. That's the main purpose of human beings keeping a history. Otherwise, there's no need. Who give a damn what you did yesterday, or what you did 10 years ago, or what you did 100 years ago? Who cares? The elderly population is living history. And their purpose really is to pass down history, their personal life experience, to younger people and tell us, I said us because I was a younger person too at one time, show us their mistakes so that you don't make the same mistakes, so that you can progress and do better than them. I just saw a video, I think 2 days ago. I didn't listen to the video because I already know what this person is about. And it's a title that they use all the time. How the elders failed the young people. You expected too much out of people who were slaves. It's not like we live in an independent nation. It's not like we control anything, we rule anything. Our people are here. How are you going to open your mouth and say our elders failed us, the young generation, when they don't have no power. They don't have no control over nothing. Only a few, small handful, tried to fight the system and try to do a little something. The majority did nothing. And they spit you out. You are a product of failure. I'm going to say that again. While you run around here talking about the elders failed, remember, you are a product of failure. If the elders failed you, that means you are a product of failure. So you would go out and do your research and you get the information. And what do you do with it? You learn our history. We got to get the knowledge. That's what y'all always say. We got to get the knowledge, get the information. So you got the information. You've done your research. And what have you done? What are you doing? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And as time goes on, you're going to be elderly. You're going to be old. You're going to have gray hair. What are you going to tell those children, your children, who are going to be the children of failure? How are you going to explain that you didn't do no better than the elders, the ones that came before you? What you going to do? Huh? We love to get on this high horse. And we love passing blame to another victim. We blame the black woman. We blame the black man. We blame black children. We blame a black dog, but we ignore and we won't concentrate on the one that put us all in the condition that we're in, and that's white folks, these racist pink people in this country. That's who the troublemaker is. That's the one who done it all. The black woman is a victim. The black man is a victim. The elderly, our elders, victims. Even the black dog is a victim. Because of them. This racist nation that we was born in. Because you know why you blame the black woman? You know why you blame the soul sister, the soul brother, our elderly soul brothers and sisters? Because you scared. You scared to really challenge and deal with the ones that really are the people behind your condition. You scared. And you have not learned nothing from the past. Right. You've learned nothing from the past at all. Period. So, what is black? What is black? Black History Month. We talked about what is history. What is black? I'm confused. When I was growing up, when I was a little boy, on my birth certificate, it says Negro. I want you to listen. On my birth certificate, it says Negro. Now, some of us might not like that identity, Negro. But the thing about Negro is, when Soul Brother Carter G. Woodson created Negro History Week. Well, how you doing there? Black Power. What's up there, Snow Daddy? Smo Daddy. Hey. Now, when I was growing up, I was called Negro. On my birth certificate, and I might show it to you one day, on my birth certificate, it says Negro. Again, a lot of us, we don't want to be called Negro no more or whatever. But the thing about Negro was, Negro meant those of us who were descendants of slaves born in this country. Not Africans, not somebody from the Americas, Native Americans, whatever. It was us, the descendants of slaves born in America. Yo, you got a history of your ancestors coming from a slave plantation. Only one. Negro meant us in America. You ain't never been to Africa. You never lived independent of white folks. Us, right here in America. With the white man's name. We Johnson, we Jacob, we Moses. We got all these European names. It's us. So, Black History Month began as Negro History Week. Do your research, get the information so that you can learn why. And it's not because February is the shortest day of the year, so that you can learn why Black History Month is in the month of February. The real why is it's not because February is the shortest day in the year. That's not the reason why. So Negro History Month, week, turned into Black History Month. Now, what the hell is a black? Now, so when you talk about black, see, the whole thing is confusing because Jamaicans, black, a lot of the Africans are called black, a lot of people down in the Americas is black. Now, we can't be black, but they call us black people. Okay, if we black people, see, the whole thing is messed up. Look, is there a species of bird called bird? Is Snow Daddy, is there a species of bird called bird? The race is black people, or the species is called black people. Okay, oh yeah. Hope I'm not getting myself all confused in it. Now, so what are we? Because if Africans is black people and you got black people all over the world, what are we? We can't be black people because black people is a race. Black people is a species. What the hell are we? So actually what happened is you took Negro History Week and took it out of our hands and made it a worldwide thing that include all the black race or whatever. So really when you talk about Black History Month, you talking about Africa and the islands and wherever you find black folks, because that's the black species, that's the black race. What the hell are we? We used to be called Negro. Now they call us black. But we can't be black people and black. We can't be called black and be black people too. That's like saying that there's a species of bird called bird. Bird is the species. A robin is a bird. A duck is a bird. A goose is a bird. What kind of black man am I in this race? The whole thing is messed up and confusing. I want somebody to come here and explain all this because it's confusing to me. I don't understand. It's mind-boggling. And that's because we caught up in the racist construct, his label and his identification of race, and it's all confusing and messed up. What's a Negroid? Is a Negroid the same as being black? What the hell? Mongoloid? What? All this stuff they got going on. Why do you want to celebrate Black History Month when you don't give a damn about black people? Because if we gave a damn about soul brothers and sisters, we would be unified under black. But you're not. So what the hell do you care about our history for? What the hell you care about what Marcus Garvey did and Malcolm, Nat Turner? What do you care? And most of us really don't care. It's just something to do, something to say. What do you do in your life to show that you're really proud of black history and us? A lot of you don't give a damn about black history. You talking about what they did in Egypt 5,000 years ago. What happened 100,000 years ago? Most of these people, they can tell you about history they don't have nothing to do with. Well, you see, brother, that's our history. You are, I see, brother, lie. In order for Kemet or any of these other histories that y'all plagiarizing and stealing other people's identity, in order for that to be you, then you have to show your connection to these people, which there is no connection. The only thing you ever known, and you are ashamed of it, but it's the reality. You have to show your connection to these people. you don't have a connection. You have to show your contribution to their history. They don't teach and talk, they don't teach their children in Africa about the African American at all. And so one of the people on the continent wrote in a comment section why they don't teach their children, they don't teach their people about the so-called Negro, the African American, because we have nothing to do with their history. There is no contribution. You ain't do a damn thing in Africa. You didn't do a damn thing in the Americas. The only thing you ever done, we came from a slave plantation, and we learned how to deal with oppression in this country. That's our only history, whether you like it or not. You think it makes you feel, see, if you really understood and really knew Black history, you would be proud. There's no shame in coming from a slave plantation. You said a white man came out of a cave. Coming from a slave plantation, you on a higher level than somebody that came out of a cave, right? And look what they done. They took over the world. They came out of a cave and they dominate the world. They're not shamed. You shame because your origins begin on a slave plantation. Your shame really isn't the fact that you came from a slave plantation. The shame is you can't get off the damn slave plantation. That's your shame. That you have no power. You don't dominate nothing. You produce no food, clothing, shelter, gas, electricity. You make babies. You breed like a damn rabbit. You don't make baby food, baby milk, baby shoes, car seats to put the baby in. You don't do nothing. That's what you really shame of. Because you have these people, you got people coming from other countries with nothing. And next thing you know, they live in the high life. You've been here all your life and can't get nothing going. Whose fault is that? Whose fault you can't unify yourself? Whose fault is it that you can't get your act together? It's your own fault. Because you're scared. Because you're still a damn slave. You still want your master to take care of you. That's the reason why. If you really understood Black History Month, our people wasn't going like that. They were steady progressing, getting off the damn plantation, creating their own identity. So when I talk about soul people, you don't understand that. When I talk about Operation Exodus Mississippi, you don't understand that. Because you have to have a liberated mind. You can't be a slave. Our people was creating their own identity. That's where soul came from. And you laugh at our sisters and our brothers that make up their own name. That's what you're supposed to do. This is mine. This is my family. So when a person says blah, 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 you know that it comes from me. That's mine. See, you proud to say I'm Muhammad, whatever. That's an Arab name. You belong to Arabs. You Johnson, you belong to white folks, Europeans. But see, when you make up your own, and it can be influenced because we speak English or whatever, but you make it up, it becomes your own. Like Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson did not create the moonwalk. The moonwalk was a dance that was created and it came from the womb of our youth, just like rap music. But Michael Jackson took the moonwalk and made it his own. You can take from Africa. You can take from the Europeans. You can take from the Chinese, whatever source you want to take from, and make it your own. This is mine. But see, you're not free. You don't have a free mind. You want to copy somebody. You want to plagiarize. I don't care. It's not. Kemet is cool. And all these other histories, what the Hebrew Israelites done, the Moors, whatever, that's cool. I don't want that. I want to do my own thing. Use my own brain. Build with my own hands. Regurgitating information. Intellectual masturbation. And of course, as you know, masturbation does not create life. Makes you feel good. Some of y'all. But it can't produce life. I want my own. Angel Snupnut. Snupnut was a name I made up for dog. Instead of saying dog, we said Snupnut. It's mine. There's things in my family, names and the names that I made up that my family adjusted to, and they adopted it. My family members know what these things mean. It's ours. What is a Snupnut? Other people don't know. You create your own thing. Pretty soon you have your own language. And they have to learn your language if they want to talk to you. It's mine. You want to adopt some leftovers somebody else made. I don't like leftovers. I like fresh food. You like leftovers. Want to copy people, steal their identity. That would make you feel good because you shame of coming off the slave plantation. No, you shame because you're still a slave. You never left the slave plantation. You're nothing but a feral slave that they let loose. You never been free. Because if you was free, you don't have to ask the white man for Negro History Week or Black History Month. You take it. You're going to respect me as a man. I'm free just like you are. It took years and years and years to get Dr. King's holiday. We could have just said we're going to celebrate it. But no, we got to beg. Got to make sure that we don't upset the white folks. The white folks got to be part of it too. Don't y'all want to celebrate Dr. King? You know, he liked y'all. You know, he really liked y'all. He loved everybody. And they still took years. Arizona, I believe, was the last state to embrace Dr. King holiday. Who gives a damn? If that's what we want to do, just do it. You free. You don't have to ask another people to celebrate one of yours in history. Huh. Black History Month. I'm going to say this in my conclusion. What Black History Month are we celebrating? Because when you talk to the Nation of Islam, they got their version of Black history. The Hebrew Israelites got their version. The Commanders got their version. What Black history are we celebrating? Which one is it? Of course not. They don't care about him. But see, it don't make no difference what they celebrate. We don't need them. If we had proper leadership that could guide us and make us where we're not scared like that. Dr. King was not scary. The Black Panthers were not scary people. Why are we so scary like that? Because we are, look, I know you're not going to like this, but it's got to be said. We are the children. We are the generation. We are the children of those who submit and those who bow down to the massa. We're not the children of Nat Turner. We're not the children of Harriet Tubman. Those were very few individuals. We are the children, and the majority of us are the children of those who, yes, sir, everything's gonna be all right, sir. Can I join the army and fight and kill for you, sir? Massa, sir? That's who we are the children of. We are the children of those who were the good slaves, had no interest of rebelling, leaving the plantation. I mean, that's just the reality of it. So how you gonna call your elders a failure when that's just who we are? That's how we haven't grown from that. We haven't learned from history that you're gonna have to look. Let me tell you something. I'm not gonna sit around here and tell you I'm Mr. Brave. I'm not gonna tell you that lie. I'm not gonna tell you that lie. I don't get scared. I'm not gonna tell you that. I'm not gonna huff and puff. I'm not scared of nothing, whatever. But I tell you this. If you push me to the point, I'm coming for your ass. Scared or not. I'll get a damn 22 or a 45 or AK, whatever it is. I might be shaking. I'll blow your damn brains out. You can be scared and still pull that damn trigger. What's the sense of having a gun? What's the sense of having a bat or a knife and you're not going to use it? You're going to use it on another victim. If we show these people that we mean business, and it might take, I don't know how many of us to die, but you show them we ain't playing with you no more, they will back off and give you the respect that you should have earned a long time ago. Because they can die too. They kill one of us, we kill 10 of them. They kill 2 of us, we kill 20 of them. Tired of playing games with you. And they'll back off. Because we hurt, but they hurt too. But right now, they rape us, throw us in jail anytime they feel like it, do whatever they want to us, whatever. They do that because there's no consequence. They can do whatever the hell they want to because we have not learned Black history this month or last year or the year before last, whatever. So Black History Month is doo-doo because you're not learning a damn thing. Because if you learn from history, you be changing the way you do things. And you're not. You keep doing the same loser, failure ass crap over and over again, expecting a different result. And it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So, of course, I'm not going to bash, disrespect the ancestors. They done the best they could. And now they're gone. And there are those who are alive. I respect them too. You don't. You don't care about old people. There was somebody on Facebook. Every time I say something people don't like, you old, you old. I was 20 years old at one time. I was 30, I was 40. One day, if you live, you're going to be old. If you live. See, I I can be old. I made it to be old. Will you? How you going to make fun? How you going to talk about you respect the ancestors, but you make mockery of people that's got time on, that's done some time on this planet? So you a liar. Do you know how old they would be if they was alive? And you gonna talk about old people, older people? Because no, what it is, you don't like what I say. Because I'm bringing it to you raw. I'm bringing it to you real. And you can't handle it. Yeah. Yeah, they say it to me all the time. Shut up, old man. So what are you doing, young man? Nothing. You're doing nothing. Because you're just like that child that want to drive a car and somebody give you the key. Well, they go for it. You don't know how. And you're frustrated. But you don't want to listen to your parents. You don't want to listen to nobody. You don't want to wait till you're old enough so that you can drive this vehicle correctly, safely. Shut up, old man. That's something, you know, that's something I never done. I never disrespect my elders. I never done that. I never told nobody because I didn't like what they said. Shut up, old man. I listen to elders. I listen to the drunk in the street. I listen to children. Children say some incredible things sometimes. They pick up things that a lot of times we miss. Little children. Why it is they ask certain questions and they're curious and what? I remember my little brother used to do that all the time. Now he's caught up in that Hebrew Israelite stuff. But when he was little, he always asked all these different questions, made me start thinking about some stuff. And now that I'm older, I'm like, wow, he recognized that when he was a little baby. And I'm just now beginning to see it. So I listen to when children talk, I listen. When older people talk, I listen. When people that you call stupid, I listen. I'm listening for any kind of information to get off the slave plantation. You are comfortable here. That's why you don't understand the reality's temple on earth. You don't understand Angel Stepping Up 7. I thought I saw that return of the brother person in here. Where he go? Are you return of the brother person? Yeah, he's here. So I want to welcome Return to the Brother. Return to the Brother been around for a long time. I don't know why. I don't know why they like to hang around somebody. You don't like what I say. You don't agree. So why do they keep hanging? I think what it is, they caught in the middle because they can hear this truth. But they stuck in La La Land. They love being called a king and a queen, and the melanin gonna do all this, and you got a third eye, you know, all this fantastical stuff, you know. And you the God of the universe. All these fairy tale cartoon stories. I'm not interested in fairy tale cartoon stories. I'm interested in the real. When we bring something, it's because we actually, in reality, created something. I want to be able to come to you, yeah, Snow Daddy. Snow Daddy been with me for years. I mean, I don't know. Go back to 2008 or whatever. I don't really remember. But Snow Daddy been around a long, long time with me. So, and I haven't changed. I've changed a little bit, a little taste, but I'm still the same person. I'm still on my foundation. And I'm telling you, as I close this meeting, this lecture, or whatever you want to call it, this chat, we're going to have to get out of the slave mindset. We're going to have to stop blaming other people for our problems. Oh, the white man do this and the Chinese doing this and whatever. You have the resources. You have the education. You got the money, everything that you need to pull yourself up out of this condition. You are stopping yourself because you really don't know Black history. You too busy looking for a slave master to take care of you. You want to go to Africa for what? So the Africans can take care of you. That's the reason why you want to go to Africa. You're not doing nothing on your own. You're not taking care of business on your own. You're looking for another plantation to go to. You don't want to be yourself. You don't want to build for yourself. You don't want to accept your own. You just somebody that's drifting, hoping somebody take care of you. We don't do that here. How you doing there, Kasim? I want my own. I want my own. I want to be like James Brown. I want to get up and do my own thing. It don't make no difference if I'm related to an African. Makes no difference if I'm related to an Aboriginal. Makes no difference about that. I don't want to be them. No more than you are your cousins or your uncle or whatever. You are you and your nearest of kin, your siblings, whatever. You are what your family are. Even though you got all these cousins and uncles or aunties or whatever, but this is your family, this here, you. I don't want to be them. I don't mind being their friend. I don't mind being anybody's friend. If you're a friend to me, I don't have time to be running around here trying to hate people. Anybody that want to do good by me, I'll do good by them. We help each other progress and go up. I don't have time for all this hate crap. And really, look, if y'all hate the white man like you claim you do, and the white man's the devil, get the hell out of this country then. What's taking you so long to leave? Bye. Adios. Because if I really hate somebody like that, I'm getting the hell away from them. But you right here with your excuses. Well, if I had a little bit more money, if I had a car, you don't want to go nowhere anyway. That's nothing but excuses. AB Legend says, he talked to this woman last night, said she want a king. I told her the only kings are the lions who is over a nation or tribe. Right, absolutely. And what's special about being a king anyway? Remember back in the day, they used to have sex with each other. Queens used to have sex with their sons. kings used to have sex with their daughters and blah, blah, because they didn't want to mix their blood with nobody else. I don't want to be part of that nasty stuff. What make them so damn special? Why you want to be part of that type of action? You want to sleep with your mama? Is that what your fantasy is? Y'all some freaks. They some freak. And the freaks don't come out at night. They come out in the daytime too now. Freaks don't have a, when I was growing up, freaks came out at night. They did all their business undercover. Now there's no shame in the game. All the freaks coming out the closet. All of them. You go on the internet, they kissing dogs and dogs humping people in the booty and all kinds of stuff on the internet. All the freaks. They out in the day, they out in the daylight now. That's the kind of, and that's the society that a slave is going to live in. Because that's what America is. America is freaky like that. That's what they are. Don't you know, even a lot of white people don't like this. They want to get off this plantation. They don't like it either. So it's going to take it's going to take good people to change this. Dr. King said the reason why evil exists is because good people do nothing. And the good people that's around right now, you're good for nothing. You stirred. The people that put us in this condition, they wasn't scared. They sacrificed, they suffered, and they died to create hell. So if somebody is willing to sacrifice and suffer and die to create hell, why can't we sacrifice and suffer and we be willing to die to bring heaven on earth? An alien is not going to do it. It's not going to come from a spaceship, some kind of spook or whatever. Men made this hell for us. Men can make heaven. So on that note, I thank you so much for listening. Thank you. Those who joined us live for the first time, I thank you so much for joining us. I want to say, I could be wrong. If I, please teach me. I do listen. You might not think I listen, but I do. And there are those who will tell you that I do listen. It might take a little while because we all have our way of thinking. I want you to, I don't want to be wrong. I want to be as right and exact as possible. If I'm wrong, if I'm in error, please teach me. Show me that I'm in error. And also, you should be humble, because if I'm right and you know I'm right, why you can't get with the program? Why don't you get on the soul train? Get on the soul train. So on that note, thank you again for listening. Facebook, YouTube, everybody in the chat room, those who are listening and those who will be listening to this video later on. Want to remind you, our soul sister Nova has a book called God is on Trial, How Religion Keeps Humanity Under Mind Control and Fear. If you haven't got that book, get it. Paperback, only $13.99. You can get it on Kindle for $3.99. And let's support our soul sisters in their endeavors. Also, if you can spare it, hit the sister up on her Cash App, her PayPal. Give her a little something. Help the sister out a little bit. You know, help those that's bringing real truth, the real information. This is the best channel on YouTube, and they know it. This is the best channel. This is the best place to be. Nobody has nothing else to offer. I also want you to support Operation Exodus Mississippi. campaign. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And also, you can like us on Facebook. And above all, share these videos. Make these people think. That's our problem. We don't think. We need to think. It don't make no difference whether you agree or disagree. Tell me the reason why. There's so many people talking about, I don't like what you say. I disagree. Why? They can't even explain to me. Why? Why? They don't even know why. If I disagree with somebody, I can tell you why. I can break it down. They really don't even know why. And the only reason why is I'm messing with you and you're guilty. Your conscience is guilty because I'm bringing to you the reality. It's just being real. And your conscience is hurting you. That's what it's all about. Truth hurts. But it's better to hurt now than continue to go down this path of nowhere where we've been going for the last 400 going on 500 years. On that note, let me get out of here. Thank you again. And thank you for donating to my medical fundraiser. I appreciate that also too. So until next time, hasta vista. Yeah. Okay, here we go. I guess we got a little conversation going on here. I think they can't explain is because you blocked them, so they cannot respond. I'm gonna read that again. Let me read that again. I think they can't explain is because you blocked them, so they cannot respond. Okay. I want to hear from them. Okay. We want to deal with this. We want to respond to this comment before we go. Let me put that back up again. Because I blocked them. I blocked them because they are disrespectful. I blocked them because they are uncivil. They're vulgar, nasty, and profane. You can go to many of my videos and you will see people who disagree with me, but they know how to be civil, and they are mature and know how to talk like a human being supposed to talk. You a vulture, you a pig and a swine, you a sewer rat. You disrespect me, I'm blocking you and I'm deleting your raggedy comments. Absolutely correct. And if you want to hear them, you go where their nasty ass went to, because they're not going to be on my channel with their foolishness. It's simple as that. Now, you want to come here and have a decent conversation like you human being, we can do that. They can't. Oh, you are Uncle Tom, you are Asian, and all this other stuff. You are old fool, others. Block. So what is it there? So what is it that you want to hear from them? That's all they got to offer. You are old fool, you a coon, and all this other dumb stuff. There's nothing to hear. Because if it was so, I don't fear none of you. I put up a video. That other troll, and you might be that the same person. We don't know. You scared of me asking a question. I put your question on my channel. Hey, how you doing there? I put your question as a video on my channel, so anybody can listen to your question that I'm scared of. Not scared of you. I'm not scared of nobody. None of your wisdom, your information, your research. I'm not scared and worried about none of it. You can't, I'm like MC Hammer. You can't touch this. Because I'm not on the slave plantation. You can only handle another slave. You don't know how to handle a person when they're free. I just want to hear their perspective so that I know who you are talking about. I just hear you talking about them, but I have no clue. You don't need to hear them. They have no perspective. When the only thing you know how to do, you an old fool, you a Sambo, you a coon. What perspective do they have? If they wanted you to hear their perspective, then they would be civil, they would be cordial, and talk to a human being like they want to be talked to. Oh, maybe that's where they come from. They used to people talking all nasty and disrespectful. Maybe that's where they come from. Well, we don't do that here. We just had Soul Liberation Day. And everybody came on. I had 5 guests or whatever. Everybody took their turns and was cordial and whatever. I had a talk. I went to Brother Maurice's channel. He had a meeting on Zoom. Everybody was cordial. We disagreed. Everybody was disagreeing with what Maurice was saying. But everybody, we was all cool. That's how you talk to people. If they want you to see their comment, well, I don't like to delete comments. I don't like to block people. You can talk about me all that you want to, as long as you don't disrespect me. You can talk about how crazy and wacky the Mississippi campaign is, whatever. But when you start talking about somebody a coon and a mammy and all this other stuff, block, delete. It's simple as that. Now, if I feel like it, I will come to your channel and tell me you feel like acting like a fool. I will come to your channel live and we can all be fools together. You can call me a Sambo and I can call you a sewer rat. We can have a good time being silly. Because that's all it is being silly. I'm not about that. You come here, this is about serious business. We're talking about reality here. You tell those people that you're talking about, whoever it is, when they come here civil and can talk like they have some sense, they're not going to get blocked or deleted. I want to learn from you. I want you to teach me, if you can. My mind, unlike you, my mind is open. I'm open-minded. I'm never closed-minded about anything. Because if I see somebody else got it going on better, I'll shut up and support that person. Not like you guys, because it don't make no difference how right I am. You won't never support me. You gonna continue to do that loser stuff that you've been doing for the last 50 years. Legend says, a lot of them people you say disagree with you is just that they know you're right. They just hate to admit it. And that's the bottom line. I can't say it. They can't do it. It hurts their pride because some of them have been getting the research and the information for years and years and years, and they cannot break down to say that they was wrong. How do you think I feel? I was a Muslim. I followed Elijah Muhammad's teaching ever since I was a little boy. How do you think I felt when I learned it was nothing but cartoons and fairy tales and mythology? How do you think I felt? But see, I'm not like you because I'm a truth seeker. I'm a realist. I think for myself. So I just push that aside and accept the reality. No big deal. But y'all not like that. You got this pride thing. And you will die knowing you wrong. It's just like people that commit murder. they would take that murder to their grave. I'm innocent. I didn't do nothing. No, damn well they committed the murder, but they just hold on to that lie to the day they die. And that's y'all problem. All that Kemet stuff and all that melanin stuff, all these teachings that you get that make you feel so good, you can't let it go. You're a crack addict. You're a dope fiend on that stuff. You can't let it go. But if you want to be free, you're going to have to stop getting high off of it. Get off of it. Accept reality, my friend. It's much easier. That's why you have so much difficulty in explaining the things that you're talking about, because it's not real. Reality is very easy to explain. I have no problem with that, because it is what it is. Absolutely. You don't know why so many of our people are so delusional. It's sad. Well, I understand why they're so delusional. That's what helped them. That's what helped us survive on the slave plantation. That's what helping us survive right now in oppression. We go off and we make up these fairy tale delusional. Like this one brother I know live in Atlanta, and he lives in this patriotic, love everybody, everybody's Americans, racism don't exist type of situation. That's in his mind. And then I'll be watching him when things happen, when reality hits him, he just look all dazed and messed up, because he lives in this delusional world, and he's a Christian also, and Jesus coming back, he's all messed up. He's all messed up. Black people being the first on earth is not helping me today right now. Absolutely. The black man was the first people who, and what? How does that help us? Well, guess what? You was the black people was the first on the earth, and now you last behind everybody else. So what's the point? What's the point of being first in line? Now you way back there. What's the sense of being first on the earth and you falling and you can't get up? So, I mean, how does that help you? Just like Legend said, how does that help us? How does knowing what they did in Kemet 5,000 years ago, how are these things helping us? That you was a king, that you was a queen. How is this helping? It's not. I tell you what helps us. What will help us is we get on the soul train. I don't see no other way, because you need power, and you need it fast. You need power and influence fast. And that is Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign. Give you power. You have no power. All these little fiddly diddly little things that everybody's doing, that don't mean nothing. Don't you know it would probably take to the year 3030, the year 3030, before all this little tiddlywink stuff do anything for you. And by that time, the white man made all these spaceships, and he don't even live on the earth no more. He done took off somewhere and left this dirty, nasty planet to you and your little tiddlywink businesses that you left your children, whatever. Y'all talk small. Smoke Daddy says, I hate that first black or white person. That's just not how history should be made. Absolutely. Unfortunately, we live in an environment of racism. And until that's destroyed, historians can't really come together and put human history in the factual, in the best manner they can. Because you have races and you have other influences, religion and other stuff that interferes with historians and even scientists really doing their job, because, like I said before earlier, you have governments that influence and control the education, the media. So they're only going to allow certain things to be taught to the masses. Some of these things you can find on your own, I guess, but they're not going to allow the masses to learn certain things, because you got to keep the masses like slaves. And that's including the white folks. White people are slaves too in this world. Get up every day, go to the job and work these factories. Who in the hell want to work in a coal mine? I saw these white people in Pennsylvania, and it's a generational thing. Some black folks do it, but most of the time I see it's white men. They go down in these coal mines to dig this coal out the ground. Who the hell want to do some stuff like that? It's not like they're getting paid big time money. It's a dangerous job. You don't think rich folks is going down in that coal mine, digging that coal out, do you? Or the ones that's messing with that oil, and them oil rigs blow up and you get blown to smithereen? That's some dangerous work. And you hear on TV every day, and it's the majority of white folks get all these diseases because they had these jobs working with asbestos and all these different dangerous chemicals and whatever. Now they full of all kinds of damn diseases. All this has got to change. Somebody has got to change this pattern here, because it don't make no difference about what your race. Humanity is on a path of self-destruction. And it's really embarrassing. It's really embarrassing that you go extinct, not because of a flood, not because of an earthquake, not because of a meteorite hitting the earth, but you go extinct because you were stupid. And that's the path. All the races, all the people on the planet, that's the path that you're on your way to extinction. That's the reality that we're seeking. Because we should be working together to solve our problems here. But religion and race and misogyny, I think that's what you call it, all these isms, classism, I got more money than you, all this stuff is detrimental to human survival. All leading to extinction. But if you really want to celebrate Black History Month, why don't we honor Black History Month by making history, by doing this Mississippi campaign? Oh, you will go down in history for that. Never been done. Opening up a shoe store, opening up a grapefruit stand, all these little tiddlywink stuff things that we do, all those things been done before. We've never taken control of a state and be successful. You go down in history as the greatest generation. And then if we do it right, become the example so humanity can see where we're supposed to be. Oh man, if only you could see what I see. See, a lot of these people that's comedic and pro-Black, they have no vision. I have a vision. I see things. Not a delusion. I have a vision. And I understand what it's going to take to get there. I'm not going to be there to see it in living color. I'll be dead and gone. But I understand what needs to be done to get the people to where they need to go. Like Dr. King said, I might not get there with you, but you're going to the promised land. And really the promised land is the whole earth. Because everybody every human being on this planet deserve heaven. And all the animal life on this planet deserve to be treated humane. Freedom, justice, and equality for all. It's not a perfect world. Reality is not perfect. In order for something to live, something must die. That's just life. But this, what we live in, is ridiculous. It really is. So on that note, I wish there was somebody who would raise a question and be civil so that Return of the Brother can see what they was talking about and how I respond. They can't do it. The only thing they want to do is come on the board. You a Sambo, you Uncle Tom, and whatever, you old man. That's all they want to do. They don't want to. They have nothing coming. You're not going to see anything. They're not bringing anything. That's why you don't see nothing. I don't want to block nobody. I don't like blocking nobody. I don't like deleting comments. I like to see the comments. Teach me, because I'm open to be taught. I'm open to teaching. I don't have a closed mind. I'm not loyal to nothing. I'm not loyal to the Reality's Temple. I'm not loyal to the Mississippi Campaign. I'm open to whatever will work and solve the problem. But right now, all this other stuff that we got here, you've had plenty of time to do what you need to do, and nothing's happening. Why don't you give something new a chance? Change your mindset, change your strategy, open your mind to something new, and you'll be shocked how quickly you can be successful. I guarantee you, the Mississippi Campaign, we will be successful, and we will go on to do things that Kemet couldn't even imagine. And on that note, if our brother, Return of the Brother, don't have a question, I mean, you're here, and you always have things to say. I'm here. I'm live and live in color. I have a little time here. I mean, bring it. I'm not going to bite. I don't cuss people out. I don't call you no Sambo or nothing. So that's the reason why that I say Black History Month is bull doo-doo. What's the sense of knowing history and you don't learn a damn thing? That's why it's bull doo-doo. You're just putting on a show. That's all. But you're not learning nothing because you keep making the same mistakes and doing the same thing that the people before you done. Living the same slave life that the people before you done. Keep talking about the same people, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad. No, the same people over and over again. Same stuff. I was just curious as who these people are that you keep talking about. I still want to know. Now, you really don't need to know who they are. You probably wouldn't know who I was talking about if I told you. Some of these people on Facebook, some people on YouTube, you wouldn't know who they are anyway. You wouldn't know who they are. And the ones that you do know, I don't interact with them. So ain't nothing happening. Chances are they are banned. I don't have nothing to do with them. You talk about Malcolm X quite a bit. I talk about Malcolm X in the sense of the evil that was done to him and the Nation of Islam. That's when you really hear me talk about Malcolm X. I don't talk about Malcolm X like he's some kind of savior. Malcolm X can't do nothing for us. He's gone. But you have people who are alive that keep trying to tear his name, slander his name, and lie on him. So I'm not going to let that happen. Malcolm X was a sincere person that I feel as though he was a sincere person. He was much like me, and he deserved defense. And you got all these suckers lying on Malcolm X, trying to slander his name and whatever. He deserves somebody to speak up for him, and I would do that. But Malcolm can't do nothing for me. I believe if Malcolm was alive, I think he would be on the soul train. I truly believe so. I think that Malcolm got to the point where he would reject religion, and he would be on the soul train. And he would be telling us to take control of Mississippi. That's what Malcolm would be doing. He would be just like me. He was a free thinker. Malcolm was not loyal to nothing. You could tell Malcolm was a free thinker. The Nation of Islam woke him up to a certain thing or whatever. That's cool. But that was supposed to be their purpose. Malcolm don't owe them nothing. I don't owe them nothing. That was supposed to be their purpose, to wake you up and blah, 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 to help you. I don't owe your ass nothing. But see, when you're dealing with religion, there's always strings attached. They want to use you. Well, I help you. You owe me. That's the way they deal with Malcolm. We did this for you and blah, blah, blah. You owe us. I owe you nothing. If it wasn't for Malcolm X, we wouldn't even probably be talking about no Nation of Islam. They are riding on the shoulder of Malcolm X. They wasn't nothing. Sister Betty said when Malcolm joined the Nation of Islam, it was nothing but an old folks home. People waiting to die. They should have died out. Malcolm is the one that resurrected them from the dead. And their God couldn't do it. Master Farad couldn't do it. And Elijah Muhammad himself couldn't do it. Malcolm done it. He had the power. And now you won't let the man rest in peace. Always slandering his name. He's a hypocrite and a traitor and all this other stuff. Well, I'm going to defend him because he deserved it. It was wrong what they done to that man. He gave these people 12 years of his life, and they betrayed him. Jealous, envy. Like Malcolm said, it became corrupt. Bunch of niggas corrupted it. And even myself, if this Mississippi campaign really got out the ground, I got to watch out for the niggas. They always in the background, ready to mess something up. Because they love that slave plantation. Good. The Nation of Islam talked all that separation stuff. How many times did the Nation of Islam try to separate? Did they try to take control of a state? A city? No, they just blend in and whatever. Elijah Muhammad sit back in the cut. Farrakhan sit back in the cut, and they just took that money and lived high on the hog. They never tried to separate. Never. I heard that the Ku Klux Klan, somebody down in Mississippi, one of those southern states, some of them Klan boys offered the Nation of Islam land to separate. And Elijah Muhammad didn't take it, refused to take it. Because that's not what they about. It's never been about that. Nothing but hype. They're not real. You don't like me because I'm real. I don't want your damn money. I want you to be liberated and free. And no matter how you live, that's your life, how you want to do it. That's your life. Tired of living, people telling me what I can and cannot do. I didn't have nothing to do with that law. I didn't have nothing to do with that policy. And somebody, you got to pay this kind of tax. Ain't nobody asking me nothing. Somebody always trying to rule you, tell you what you can and can't. Who you don't tell me who I am. I'm soul brother number one. No, you black, you are Aboriginal. You need to get the hell out of my face. You don't tell me who I am. You need to go back to your massa house. I'm free. I determine who I am. You don't tell me what to do. You are African. No, you are African. And take your ass to Africa. I'll be glad when you leave. More jobs for us. More land for us. More resources for us. You ain't going nowhere. Take your happy ass to Kemet. Wherever. Get the hell out. They're not going nowhere. It's all fakes and frauds. It's a show. It's a Barnum and Bailey crap. Fairy tales, cartoons, delusions. These people, none of them are real. Waiting on ghosts and goblins and demons and spirits. Fake. So, of course, they don't feel comfortable here. Because there's no ghosts here. There's no goblins. There's no mother plane. There's no spirits, and all that stuff don't exist here. So you go where Casper hang out at. Not to sound wild, but I'd rather use drugs, although I don't, before I live by my melanin skin colors. Nothing black people complain about how hot it be outside all the time. And that's another thing. I'm glad you brought that up. These people always talk about the sun is going to kill white people and how the sun is good for black folk. And they're happy ass in the house in air conditioning. You don't see them outside soaking up the sun. They in the house in air conditioning with that talking all that melanin stuff. And the white folks is on the beach getting a tan, soaking up the sun the best they can. And the black folks with the melanin in the house with the air conditioner. This stuff is so fake. It's just, and that's the kind of return of the brother. That's the kind of people he hang out with. Bunch of frauds. Can't you see that? That's fraud stuff. It's fake. It's delusion. The melanin in my skin. How many of these videos do you see with these melanated people and they outside in the sun soaking up? It's good for my melanin skin. You don't see that. They comfortable Negroes in the house with air conditioning. In the house with central air. I'm glad you brought that. They're just so fake. You know, I booked a flight to the 5 stars of Orion, but they backed up for the next 2 years. It's a lot of Negroes they got tickets. They bought almost all the tickets out. Hey, Return of the Brother said we roasted. Okay. No, look. Return of the Brother. It's not roasting. It's the truth. How are you going to be talking about, oh, the sun is gonna kill all the white people? The white man is an enemy to the sun, and you're gonna talk about your melanated skin, supposed to be so good, vitamin D, whatever, and they always in the house under air conditioning. When I was a little boy, we didn't have no air conditioning. We was out in the sun. You see that I'm dark. I was really dark back then when I was out in the sun all the time and whatever. There was no air conditioning. We didn't even have a fan. This is what we used for a fan when I was a little boy. Just like this. But y'all comfortable and weak now. You need air conditioning. You need central air. You comfortable. When I was growing up, we did a lot of walking. Y'all can't walk. Y'all can't walk. You walk a little ways and be tired, feet be hurting. I used to walk for miles. Me and my people, we used to walk for miles. Some of your older brothers and sisters used to tell you when they used to go to school, they walked for miles to go to school. Winter, spring, summer, fall, they had to walk. There was no bus. I'm not roasting. We just telling the truth. How you gonna talk about how beautiful and melanated your skin? You don't even go out in the sun. Most of these people don't even go out in the sun like that. Ask them if they have central air. Yeah, they got central air. Because they can't take the heat. They can't take the sun. I used to play basketball in the sun. And the asphalt be boiling. And I'm out there playing basketball. When I was growing up, y'all comfortable now. I go up and down the street when it's hot. Ain't none of the children outside playing basketball. Ain't nobody, the grown folks either. They ain't play. I used to play basketball. The asphalt be boiling. The concrete's so hot you can put an egg out there. The egg will cook. We speak facts over here. I hear a lot of black people complaining about it's too hot. I know I got family members. They can't take the heat. And they grew up like I grew up, but they became comfortable. I never allowed myself to become comfortable like that. I never did. I don't even like air conditioning. Somebody was making mockery because they saw I had a fan blowing. That's all I need is a little fan. I don't need air conditioning. I don't even like air conditioning like that. And I still do it. I still walk in the heat. I still like being out in the sun. What messed me up was when I got locked up for 10 years and I couldn't, of course, I wasn't allowed to be out in the sun for 10 years. That messed me up. But I love the sun, always have. So it's not roasting. How are we roasting? How are we roasting? We're just telling the truth. You are a comfortable Pharaoh slave. And you talk big. And that's all you're going to do. You huff and you puff and whatever. You're not going to do nothing. You're not going to bust a grape. You're too weak. I'm going to say this and we're going to get out of here. Like this race war crap. You're not in no condition for no race war. You can't handle the sun. Now, if there was a race war, you're not going to be able to live in air conditioning. You are used to eating 3 meals a day or however you eat. You are used to having all the water you want to drink. Some of y'all vegetarians. I mean, y'all just some comfortable slaves, comfortable folks. You're not going to win a race war. You're too weak. You don't know how to go without food. You don't know how to go without water or central air electricity. You can't handle being on Facebook. You play your video games. You can't do nothing. And that's why your leaders, young Pharaoh and Tariq Nasheed and they know you're not gonna be able to. You can't do nothing anyway. So they just ripped you for your money. Give me a donation. Now I've been talking for 2 hours. How many times did I ask you for a donation? It's not about money. I want us free. I want us liberated. Those who listen on YouTube and those who listen on Facebook. I just want us liberated. I would like to take my last breath knowing that you're on the right path and you're doing well and you're going to make it. That's all I want. I don't care about living in no fancy house and cars and basketball courts in my backyard. I don't care about that stuff. You deserve to be liberated. You deserve freedom, justice, and equality. And these things that y'all give all your money to and you invest, you never, like Invo said, you're never going to get it, never going to get it, never going to get it. Just not. And Return of the Brother been following me for years. Now here you are live. And in the comment section, you have a lot to say sometimes. Here I am live, and now you don't have nothing to say. Because there's nothing for you to say. You're dealing with, when you're talking to me, you're dealing with reality. What is there to say? Those people, you want to see their comments, they had nothing to say. Except, you're a coon, you're Uncle Tom, you're old fool, stuff like that. There's nothing to see. So on that note, again, we're going to get out of here. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you to those in the chat room. Thank you for those who are listening and those who will be listening to this video later on. I hope that the video don't get flagged for copyright violation. Want to thank Invo for, well, they're not live, but thank Invo. If we don't get flagged for copyright violation, listen to that concert before we came on to have our little talk. But again, Black history is not bull doo-doo. It's how we treat that history and our inability to make history that makes it bull doo-doo. So in the wise words of our soul brother Don Cornelius, he always say, as in parting, I wish us love, peace, and soul. Till next time, y'all. Yeah, we out of here. But we're gonna try to come back as much as possible because tomorrow is never promised. So don't put off what you can do tomorrow, what you can do today. So I don't know if I'm gonna be here tomorrow or not. So whenever I feel like it and I can do it, I'm gonna try to come and talk to us because I love talking with us. I love to be with my smart people. We are the best. On this platform, we are the best. We are the real. My friend JT Riley says there's only two people in this world, real and fake. There's no in between. Either you real or you fake. I'm out of here. As Don Cornelius always told us in parting, I wish us love, peace, and So